Hello, this is Josh Mayer, and I am filming a brief clip to discuss some behavioral interview questions for my Springboard course. The first question I will address is, why do you want to be a data scientist or data analyst? And for me, my background has really been in industrial and systems engineering, with a focus in operations research. My university degrees as well as professional work experience have provided many different opportunities to learn and practice the various areas of data science. I also enjoy trying to take on challenging, open-ended problems where there may not be, a clear-cut solution, or there could be many different solutions. And most of all, I think for me, I really want to be an expert in a field that will allow me to work in many different industries, which I think perfectly aligns with the data science role. Those reasons to me are why I'm looking to work as a data science consultant. The company I want to work for is called Vera Solutions. And first of all, I believe that the projects currently being managed by Vera Solutions are very cool. Some of the recent work they're doing at Express, for example, the retailer, around order management systems, applications, and even algorithm development are on the cutting edge of industry. So very excited about the thought of being able to work on projects such as those. I'm also looking for the opportunity to have broad exposure, so not necessarily I'd like a broad set of responsibilities as opposed to a narrow set of responsibilities. So I do believe that working for Vera, which is a smaller consulting firm, would be a better fit for me versus a larger firm where I might only have projects in a very specific area. So I am looking for broad exposure. And the final question, tell me about a time you had to handle a conflict with your colleagues. I would say most recently I had an experience working with a client where I was working with their data engineering, analytics, and PMO teams on a new data feed into their data warehouse. And I believe initially that we didn't have the right people involved, and it took a few weeks, unfortunately, to get the right people involved, and by then we realized we had some issues with data validity and accuracy, and management, leadership were pushing us to get this done. However, some of the work we were doing was proving that the data was not accurate. So we were running up against time and budget, and at the end of the day, we're having issues with the data integrity. So many of the team members were upset, and there was conflict because people are trying to stick to a budget, stick to a plan. However, without proper validation that we would deliver the results we said we would, it became very, very challenging. And there was a lot of, contentious arguments, so to say. So I was able to help because, first of all, I was able to clearly define the problem for management, kind of outline the different scenarios. So if we did nothing and went live with the data feed, we were seeing signs that the data was inaccurate by as much as 10 or 15%. So it's a pretty big gap. So it would mean we would be falsely reporting numbers and financials. And so I was able to clearly define that, and then as well as define a scenario where we did fix the data, how long it would take. So we'd have to extend 2 weeks of resource time, and at the end of the day, get the buy-in for management to do so. And I think by doing that, it allowed some of the other people to say, okay, I need another 2 weeks, he needs another 2 weeks, and we were able to get everyone on the same page and essentially extend the project by 2 weeks for just cause. So that was my most recent experience.